Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Medhasvi Commerce Classes. In the previous videos we have discussed about the second chapter which you have learned, and it is also an important chapter from the exam point of view. So now we'll move on to our next chapter, that is called as business environment. This chapter is a small chapter actually, but this is very important chapter from your exam point of view, because you are going to get 2 4-mark questions from this chapter and 1 1-mark question. So totally the 9 marks is the weightage of this chapter. So we have only a limited 4-mark question. So out of those questions only you are going to get 2 questions. So it plays a very important chapter from your exam point of view. So now we'll move on to our next chapter, business environment. Before going to that chapter, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel Medhasvi Commerce Classes. If you press the bell icon so that you can receive the notification whenever I upload a video. You can share with your friends also. So the speciality of my video is that after every video I'm going to put a notes in my description box, so you can download that notes and you can take a printout of it and you can write the same answers in your examination, where you are going to get full out of it, that is 4 marks or 8 marks. Full answer, full question, full marks you are going to be avoided for such a question. Okay, so now without much delay we are going to move on to our today's topic, business environment. Okay, actually what do you mean by this business environment? What actually mean by this environment? First of all, see, environment is nothing but in a general sense, in a common sense, we can tell that it is the surroundings. What is surrounded by you is called as an environment. What is business environment? What is surrounded around the business is called as business environment. Ma'am, understanding this environment is that much necessary for the business people. So they are doing their own business, they are producing their products. Why they have to understand this business environment? Why they have to study about this business environment? The question arises. Yes, obviously, because the business, whatever the products they are producing or whatever the products they are selling, ultimately they have to be used by the consumers, and those products have to be sold in the society where they are living, right? So understanding how society is, how the consumers are, how government is, how the political parties are, how the competitors are, how the suppliers are, understanding these terminologies, the business environment plays a very important role. Business plays a very important role. Why? Again, see, if there is any changes in the technology, assume that you are using one type of technology, another technology has came into a market, so you are not aware about that technology, so you are producing the products with the old technology only, and the people are having a high demand, the customers are having a high demand with those products with the new technology. So at that time what happens? Whatever the products you have produced, that will become a absolute, right? No demand for those products. At that time you have to incur a losses, or the changes of the consumers preferences have been changed at that time, without knowing that if you are producing the same type of product you will incur a losses, or a new political party has came into existence, they have made so many rules and regulations which has to be followed by all the business people. If you are not aware of those things, or if you are not going to take into consideration, again you will incur some risk also and losses also. See, all these things are going to be happen when you are going to not understanding what exactly happening around you people before producing your goods and services. That is a major thing why this business environment plays a very important role for the business people. So now we'll understand what actually mean by this business environment and what are the features of this business environment in this particular video. Features are very important because they'll ask you for 4 marks, explain any 4 features of business environment. Now without much delay we'll move on to what do you mean by business environment first, and then we'll move on to what are the features of business environment. Okay, so now we'll move on to this meaning of business environment. The term business environment means, so what they are telling, see, they'll ask you for 2 marks also, what do you mean by business environment? You have to write this one. The term business environment means sum total of all individuals. See, I told you all individuals, it is a total of all individuals. Who are these individuals? It may be a competitors, it may be your suppliers, it may be your customers, all individuals, all institution, whatever the institution around you, you people are working, and other forces. Which are those other forces, ma'am? Like it may be the political environment, how the politics is happening in your place where you are producing your goods and services, or how the society is there, social environment, how the technological environment is there. So like this, each and every other forces, which are sum total of individuals, institutions and other forces, see, that are outside the control of a business. These are all not with your control. It is outside the control of your business. See, if something is happening inside your business, you'll be having the authority to control over it. But can you control the technological changes? Can you control the society, their tastes and preferences? Can you control the political parties over there? So can you control the economic developments, what is happening in your society? See, these are all the things will not be in your control. So which are not in the control of the business environment, business enterprise, but that may affect its performance. As I already told you, all these things are not in a control of the business, but this will affect the performance of the business. See, technology changes, demand for a product will decreases, changes in the consumer tastes and preferences, again your product will become obsolete. Or if the government is going to increases the taxes, what happens? All the things will become expensive to you people, the raw materials, the labor, the production, everything will become expensive. So obviously you may incur some losses also. Like this, these are all the things which will affect the performance of the business. So that we came to know, business environment is nothing but it is all total of institutions, individuals and any other forces that are outside the control of the business, that are not inside, outside the control of the business, but that will affect the performance of the business. That is called as business environment. So now quickly we'll move on to what are the features of business environment. Okay, so now coming to the features of business environment, first point is totality of external forces. Yes, as I already told you, external in the sense which are outside your business. In the meaning itself we have studied, business environment includes all individuals, institutions and other forces that are outside the control of the business, that are external to the business. If it is internal, easily you would have controlled it, you could have made the necessary changes what is required for your business, right? This is external, totality of external forces. External in the sense which are outside your business. Business environment is the totality of all individuals, all institutions, all economic, social, political, technological, everything, all the forces which are outside your business. That is the first point, totality of external forces. Business environment is a total of all the external forces. Specific and general forces. Ma'am, who are this external forces? External forces are of two. One is specific forces and another one is general forces. Specific in the sense a particular person, a specified person. Specific forces include your competitors, your suppliers, your customers. These are all called as specific forces. These will impact the performance of the business directly and it will have a day-to-day impact on the day-to-day operations of the business. Specific forces like suppliers, if the suppliers are going to increase the price of a product, it will be having a direct impact on your performance. And the competitors, if they come up with a new product or if more number of competitors have arisen, it will be having a direct impact. Customers, if they change their tastes and preferences, or if there is no demand or if it is high demand, it is again which will affect the performance of the business directly. These are specific forces. Then what are general forces? General in the sense in general. It is not a specific person. In general, general forces includes your social. Social is nothing but the society where you are doing your business, or the society where you are selling your goods and services. And economic conditions of your country. What is the disposable income which is there in the hands of the people, or what is the stock market fluctuations, what is happening in the stock market. See, these all things, inflation rates, what is the inflation rates, what is the interest rates, all this will affect the performance of the business enterprise. enterprises. It is economic, social, political, the changes in the political parties, how the mindset of the political parties towards their society or towards the business. So these things will affect the business performance, but not directly but indirectly. So whether it is a specific forces or it is a general forces, everything will be involved in your business environment. So it is a sum total of all specific as well as the general forces. Interrelatedness. Interrelated in the sense each element in your business environment or each part of your business environment is interrelated to each other. So each one is related to another one. For example, say if the consumers are showing more interest or showing more precautionaries for their health or for their lifestyles, then there arises a need or demand for the healthcare products like fat-free cooking oil, sugar-free tablets, or health resorts, or going for organic products. So when they have a, when they create life expectancy is also high, they are concentrating more on their health, they are concentrating to increase the expectancy of their life. So these are all the things which will interrelated to creating a demand for a healthcare products. What are the healthcare products? That's why we are having so much of demand for this organic products or Ayurvedic products, or it may be a fat-free cooking oils, or it may be health resorts. These are all gaining more demand because the people are interested, or they are taking a precautionary measures for improving their health. Like it may be the gyms, all these things are getting a more demand. That is, each element in your business environment is interrelated to the another element. It is interrelated to the another part. So that is called as your interrelatedness. Dynamic nature. What is this dynamic? Dynamic in the sense which keeps on changing. So it is not stagnant one, it is not a static one. Dynamic in the sense business environment is a dynamic in nature. It keeps on changing. See, now whatever the tastes and preferences of the customers are there. After 1 week, the same preference of the customer will not be there. It may change. Or what is the interest of the political parties towards the business, how it is there. When the other party comes, it may change. Or today's technology, what is there, that will become absolute in the next after few months or after 3 months. So it is dynamic nature. The business environment will keeps on changing, and that too in the business like this information technology, where it is purely depending upon the technology. So that type of businesses, actually always they have to take care about the business environment. Always they have to understand how the changes are happening in their business environment, because it is dynamic in nature. Yes, obviously business environment is dynamic. It is not a fixed one. It keeps on changing. That is dynamic in nature. Uncertainty. Uncertainty is nothing but it is not certain. It is uncertain, where you can't predict what is going to be happening in a business environment. See, in your society, what will be the traditions, what will be the values, or what is the value system they are following, or what will be the mindset of the people, that may change very frequently. Or it may be the technology. We can't predict this is going to be happen in the future in your business environment. So business environment is largely uncertain. We can't tell what is going to be happen in the future. So as of now, but you can just by understand the business environment, you can take a precautionary measures to face any type of challenges which you are going to get it in the future. Maybe it is a opportunities, or maybe it is a threats. So to get any type of challenges, to face any type of challenges, you can take a precautionary measures by understanding the business environment. But business environment is highly uncertain, which is uncertain in the sense which you can't predict what is going to be happen in the future. Complexity. Yes, obviously, because business environment is dynamic in nature, it will keeps on changing. You can't predict what is going to be happen in the future. Obviously, it is complex in nature. Complex in the sense it is very difficult to understand in nature. Yes, so what they are telling, business environment individually in the parts you can understand, but it when come to a aggregate or when come to a whole, it is very difficult to understand the business environment and analyze its impact on the business, how it is happening. So it is very complex, very difficult to understand the business environment. Relativity. What do you mean by this relativity? Relativity means is nothing but which depends upon the some other thing. So this business environment is also totally relative in nature. It depends upon the environment. It depends upon the region where in which the business is happening or business is taken care. This business environment differ from a country to country, a region to region, and from a place to place. See, if you people can tell, I've understood a political environment completely in India, so I can do a business anywhere. No, that is false. So whatever the political environment which you have it in India will not be there in China, will not be there in America. So if you can understand the business environment in this country, that will be helpful for you to do the business only in this country. If you want to do it in another country, you have to understand their business environment. Like for example, say in India we have a high demand for the saris, right? Yes, especially in South India we have a high demand for the saris. So if you produce more and more saris, you can sell the saris, aram se you can sell the saris over here. You can make a good profit because the demand is more, demand is high. But assume that the same saris, okay, I'm doing a very good business in India, I'm earning so much of profit, so why can't I manufacture the saris in the France? So there, that country, nobody is there to wear the sari over there. And one more thing, there is no demand for the sari at all. Even if you produce the saris over there, so you are going to incur a losses because there is no demand. That's what we are telling. Business environment is highly relative in nature. It will change from country to country, from area to area, from region to region, from place to place also. So business environment is relative in nature. So in conclusion, we can tell that business environment is depends upon the some other things, that is relative. It is very difficult to understand and it is uncertain. We can't predict what is going to be happen. It is dynamic in nature in the sense it keeps on changing and each element is dependent or interrelated on other element, and it is a totality of all the external forces which are there. This is a brief explanation about the features of business environment. As I explained all the 7 points over here, whichever points you feel easy and you feel comfortable, you go through with all the 4 points and write the same thing in your examination. This is an important question for your 4 marks. As I already told you that, so I'm going to upload notes in my description box. It will be there, so you can go and download with that. A replica of it I'll show it over here. The notes will be like this: explain briefly the features of business environment. See, I've given you the meaning also. So when you are writing a 4-mark question, it is preferably if you write some introductory part. Directly don't start with the features of business environment. Write at least a meaning of it, and then features of business environment, you put all the features first. All the features whatever is there, you just put it over there and then take only those features which you feel comfortable for your explanation. See, I have given the explanation for all the features, and the important things which you have to compulsorily write, that I have underlined it over there. So you can go through with that. This is your notes what I have been put it in your description box. Okay, hope you people have understood today's concept, that is the features of business environment. We'll meet you soon with a next video. We are going to discuss about the importance of business environment. Until that, stay tuned to my channel. Bye bye.